In today's video, I'm going to show you the key factors to consider if you're in the market for a digital piano. Last year, 18,000 acoustic pianos were sold in the US, but 188,000 digital pianos were sold during the same time. So there's no question about it. Digital pianos are here to stay because they offer 4 big advantages for beginner piano students. And the first advantage is cost. If I only had $600 to work with, I would not bother looking for an acoustic piano because at that price I would only get an old upright needing a lot of expensive repairs. But for the same price, I could purchase a new digital piano with an even consistent keyboard action and weighted keys. The second advantage of a digital piano is privacy. During the day, I prefer to practice and teach on my acoustic piano. That's true enough. But in the evening, I could put on my headphones and use the digital piano in my office if I want to sight read through some new music. When using your headphones, you can play anytime, day or night, without disturbing family members or the next door neighbors. The third benefit is maintenance. Digital pianos do not need to be tuned 2 or 3 times a year the way acoustic pianos do. However, the significant benefits gained from my acoustic piano, in my opinion, outweigh the expense of periodic tuning, so I really don't consider that a major burden. The fourth benefit is space. Digital pianos take up a little less space than upright pianos and definitely less than a grand piano. And that's an issue when living in tight quarters. Also, digital pianos weigh less and they're easier to move around your place. If you're a first-time buyer, it's easy to be confused with the sheer number of instruments available. So let's erase that confusion right now. The 4 most common instruments you'll find in music stores are synthesizers, stage pianos, keyboards, and digital pianos. And some features offered on one type of instrument might also appear on another type of instrument, so these categories are not rigid and they can overlap a bit. Synthesizers are innovative instruments using processed sounds for musical genres like synth-pop and new age, and they're wonderfully useful for composers to create, record, edit, and produce their own music. But that might be a big overreach for beginners who just want to start learning to play piano with basic melodies and chords and get familiar with the black and white geography of the keyboard. Stage pianos are made for public performers. Portable and very durable, they will withstand the rigors of touring. They offer high-quality sound library and a priority on the traditional piano sound. Typically, they have fully weighted 88-note keyboards. However, both synthesizers and stage pianos lack quality onboard speakers and instead rely on external amplifiers, and that will add to your expenses. So they might not be the best first choice for a beginner piano student who just wants to practice at home. The term keyboards usually refers to shorter length instruments from 25 keys to 49 keys, 61 keys, and 76 keys. And that brings us to the full-sized 88-note digital piano with fully weighted keyboards. And for a beginner piano student, digital pianos give you 3 major advantages over the shorter keyboards. First, as a teacher, I've observed that students who practice on shorter keyboards are visually disoriented when sitting at a full 88-note acoustic piano. They consistently start playing on the wrong part of the keyboard and they don't even know it. Learning to play on a full-sized keyboard will prevent that confusion from ever occurring. All pianists must develop their hand technique. Unfortunately, shorter keyboards do not have the same touch-sensitive control over dynamics from soft to loud, and they may not have fully weighted keyboards, they may not have any weight to the keyboards at all, and that will definitely delay your progress in building up your hand technique. By analogy, serious baseball players don't use bats made of hollow plastic, but of solid wood to build up their accuracy and the control of their swing. Likewise, pianists benefit from a properly weighted keyboard to build up their hand technique. When students evolve past the elementary level and are working into the intermediate level, the range of their printed music will extend well beyond the range of a shorter keyboard. So when attempting to play that music, your hands would run off both ends of a smaller keyboard, and that's an absurdity you want to avoid. So, a full-sized 88-note digital piano with weighted action is the better way to go for a beginner piano student who wants to get started. A fully weighted keyboard action is the top priority, even more than the sound quality. On a digital piano, the sounds can be modified in various ways, but the keyboard mechanism, once manufactured, is set. It cannot be adjusted. So try out each instrument. Does the keyboard have a weighted feel to it, or does it feel too flimsy and too light for you? Don't choose an instrument if it doesn't feel right in your hands. If you plan to practice with headphones, then bring your own headphones to the store and test out the various pianos. There's a big difference between what you hear through the headphones versus the onboard speakers. But if you prefer listening through the built-in speakers, the higher in price you go, typically the instruments will have better quality speakers. If you're purchasing an 88-note keyboard that isn't housed in its own cabinet, pick up a sturdy stand to go with it. Dining tables and desktops are usually too high, so I recommend choosing a stand specifically designed for digital pianos. You'll find various styles like the X-shaped, the Z-style, or wooden stands built just for your instrument. The pedal is essential for sustaining tones. So, if your digital piano comes with a small, flimsy plastic pedal that looks like this, replace it with a pedal shaped like an acoustic piano pedal, and that will cost you in the range of $25 to $50. If you're purchasing a digital piano that's set in its own cabinet, it will automatically have 3 pedals, just like an acoustic piano. And I recommend some caution with package deals, or bundles as they call them, that offer accessories like flimsy stands, unstable seats, low-quality headphones. It's better just to pick a stable, adjustable seat that fits your height. And if you plan to use headphones, invest in a comfortable, high-quality set. When living in tight quarters, finding a place to put your digital piano can be a challenge, but do your best to create a dedicated space just for your new instrument. Before purchasing, check the digital piano's specifications, including its height, its depth, and especially its width. Then, measure your living space precisely to the inch to determine how much room you have and decide if any furniture needs rearranging. Experienced pianists are well aware of this challenge. For instance, prospective customers of grand pianos, such as Steinway, can request paper outlines to test the placement in their homes before purchasing. But you can simply use your measuring tape to determine that for yourself. If you're looking to connect your digital piano with computers or tablets or speakers, or plan to use interactive learning apps or sheet music software, be sure to check that your digital piano, the one you're interested in, has MIDI ports or Bluetooth connectivity. Many keyboards and digital pianos offer various extras, such as amusing novelty sounds, a transposition feature, sound layering, split keyboard functions. However, don't allow yourself to be sidetracked by features that you're not likely to use. Most pianists tend to zero in on the grand piano sound that they prefer best and start practicing with that. The leading digital piano brands with established track records include Roland, Yamaha, Casio, Kawai, and Korg. And each brand and each model has its own fans and critics because pianists have differing goals and different priorities. But for a beginner piano student on a limited budget, I can recommend taking a look at the Roland FP30, the Yamaha P145, and the Kawai ES60. These instruments provide a handsome grand piano sound and weighted keyboards. At the other end of the spectrum, financially speaking, are the more expensive digital pianos that feature higher quality sound engines and actual acoustic piano mechanical actions with wooden keys, linear graded hammers, and key counterweights. For dedicated students at the intermediate level who are ambitious to build up their technique to a highly advanced level in the classical repertoire, consistent practice on a well-maintained acoustic grand is essential, and that can be the subject of another video. For beginner students on a limited budget, which is the focus of this video, the digital pianos mentioned before, costing under $1,000, will get you started and moving forward for the first couple of years of your study. I provided some links below for your reference, but if possible, visit music stores within traveling distance and try out digital pianos firsthand. Don't feel rushed. Take your time making a decision. You can visit the store more often than just once and read customer reviews and reflect on your own experience. Then choose the digital keyboard you feel is the right choice for you. In the comments section below, I'd love to hear about your experiences with digital pianos. And on your screen above, feel free to check out the video on a 15-minute keyboard workout for busy adults. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and we'll meet again in the next video.